Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today, we're working on the 350Z. We're gonna make this thing get a little bit more horsepower, run 1,000 times better, allow us to do more and more laps, and just turning this into even more of an ultimate drift car, just seat time car. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And we have a very special mechanic with us today. And she's bringing in all the parts right now. That's a lot of parts. I like the cart, it's nice. What are we doing today, babe?
Today, we are changing the shifter.
Changing the shifter. Nice GK Tech Strike one.
Yes. Long and nice. We got the Mishimoto radiator.
Yep.
And K&N air filters.
Air intake kit.
Air intake kit.
And then under that we got the oil cooler kit.
And the oil cooler kit.
And why are we doing all this?
Because I will be learning how to drift on this car soon.
That's right. So May's fully getting involved, and we got to make sure that this thing can do a lot of laps at school course, a lot of donuts and all that kind of stuff without, you know, the last thing she needs to worry about when she's just starting to learn is looking at the temperature gauge. Let's be honest, guys.
No. The last thing to worry about is brake!
No, that should be the first thing you worry about. Long story short, this thing still has stock everything that we're replacing today. And actually, May, pop the hood real quick. We've been drifting this, and yeah, I never changed the air filters. Looks great on that side, terrible on that side. And like, the amount of crap that comes out of them is terrible. Anyways, the stock Z filters are super restrictive. They suck. Ooh, this side is really bad.
I remember now. You borrowed what's his name's car.
Yeah, every time I go to the States, I just get given the car that they think runs in the corner of the shop, and they forgot why it went into the corner of the shop.
Was it TJ's car?
TJ's, yeah. And they were so clogged up with rubber and dirt, you couldn't breathe through it. So yeah, we're changing all of that. We're going to the K&N intake kit, probably the best one on the market for these things, and it's designed specifically for the HR350Z, so everything fits in there perfect. Also has a little blocker, like, you know, section plate here to keep all the hot air out. So that's gonna be awesome. We're gonna do an oil cooler kit, the radiator and all that kind of stuff. We got to take the whole front apart to do that, which means I get to finally take these headlights off and sand them back down and clear coat them like they were supposed to be clear coated.
Or else we can't have a registration on them.
No, yeah, because we got to get this thing reshuckened literally next week. So we got to de-nightshade them. I appreciate what Mikey did. I saw the vision. I get it. It's cool with the, you know, the black little lip there. But
we can get another headlight.
We could get them, but then I looked up the pricing of these. They're like $1,500 used. I'm not even joking. Yeah, so I'm gonna spend the time on sand them and clear coat them. I was just gonna buy a second set and have a clear set and a black set, but no, they're too expensive, especially because this is the Koki one. You got 10 mil for me?
Yep, there you go.
Perfect. These you can get over at SAMMIT.net. Fully functioning and ratcheting keychain. Gets in tight places, saves you in a bind, and you'll never lose your 10 mil if it's always attached to your keys. Yeah, these things are great. I love them. One of the most functioning things we've ever launched. So make sure you grab yourself one over at SAMMIT.net. But if you want a limited edition pink one, then I highly recommend that you get the Formula Drift support pack that we just dropped. It's a pre-order. The window closes in a week from now, and we'll never ever be selling that pack ever again. So make sure you don't sleep on it. Sick shirt design, awesome limited edition pink ratcheting 10 mil keychain. Fully functioning, fully works. I seriously love it.
So how do people work on these cars? It's like barely no room.
Yep. I think everyone watching this right now is just kind of laughing and saying yes. So you can work on them, it's just you got to take a lot of things out to even be able to get to certain things. And this is still miles easier to work on than like the 300ZX, like the Z32. That was a whole another thing. Oh, there's like dead bugs in this. Old radiator's out. We're gonna open up the new one. See if everything's gonna fit in there nice, and we should be good. Did you cut yourself? Oh, you got a paper cut or from the knife?
This.
No. Is it okay? I was like telling her to be careful of the knife, but you got, that's a paper cut.
No, it's this.
Oh, the staples. Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry. Before we put the radiator in, I'm gonna do the oil cooler kit just because we have a lot of space and things open right now to run all the lines, and I feel like that's a smarter move. I've already got the bracket on here. I got the Mishimoto direct fitting kit straight from Drift HQ. Those guys literally have everything in stock on the shelves always, and they really looked after me. So make sure if you want to get any of this stuff, you just hit up Drift HQ. We're gonna bolt this on, run the lines, and then we're kind of done. It seems like it's too easy. The only other thing I think we should have done was a power steering cooler, but we do still have the stock one here. Should be enough for now. I might see if I have actually a power steering cooler lying around the shop, a bigger one we can put in there. But otherwise, that's pretty much all you need to make a Z super good. Oh, and the intake kit's kind of really important. Anyways, I'm gonna bolt all the hardware in, and we should be good.
So upside down?
Mm-hmm.
It's a Wishimoto kit.
Is the M's upside down?
Yes. Ha. It's funny. When you're working on Z's, do you see any similarities with like the Skyline chassis and stuff?
No. Maybe a 35 chassis, I think they're very similar, but not any of the older chassis. This is like after Nissan got into a bunch of trouble financially and they had to just like cookie cut the same chassis across the board. So what I understand is that the base of this chassis is somewhat similar to like all the other cars around this era. Time to put the radiator in. Doo-dah. I'm gonna put some RGB fans on it.
I'm not familiar with that version of that song.
This is so tricky because what I gotta do is like
fit
suspend
it through.
No, it gets worse. I have to suspend this here and then lift up the condenser to slot it into those slots on the front of the
Do you want me
radiator.
to go underneath and give you upward?
I would love you to go underneath and give me some upward
Some upward pressure.
some upward pressure. We're in the process of installing the new K&N filter kit, but it's lunchtime. We've got a nice little food cart going on here. We've got the fries.
Would you like some heating on your...
No, we're good. Put the heat gun away with the baby. Whopper time. This is what a Whopper looks like in Japan. Actually, I have to give Burger King credit in Japan. They didn't shrink the patty size, like the bread size, or what do you call this? The bun size. That's it. They didn't shrink the buns, guys, like McDonald's did. Not sponsored or anything, but I'm hungry. Today's video is sponsored by Dafsky, one of the longest standing sponsors on the channel. They were actually my first ever sponsor, and they make air fresheners for your car. Air fresheners are the cheapest mods that you can do to your car to add your style and personality to your car. Dafsky has tons of designs, not only JDM car themed ones, but also anime characters and so much more. I know that you guys will definitely find something that you love on their website. We also teamed up and did some collaboration air fresheners. We have our new Sakura Cherry Blossom cans, and we also have this new 3-pack available, which is the S15, the OG Skyline, and the abandoned S15. We got the little emo drift skull, and of course the S15 and the classic SAMMIT logo. Seriously, some of my best products yet. Head to dafsky.com right now and grab yourself some of these air fresheners. Seriously, one of the cheapest and simplest mods that you can do to your car to add your kind of style and whatnot in the interior. And make sure you grab more than one. These things are seriously cheap and they smell great. And I mean, who else doesn't want like their favorite anime character or something hanging up in front of you while you're bobbing down the road? Thank you, Dafsky, for sponsoring today's video. Let's get back to it. I got my side done and it looks fantastic. Riley's working on his side. He's doing great. This is a very complicated kit.
It's
like it looks simple, but there's like brackets and stuff like that, and the instructions and everything. We wanted to do things proper, so
instructions are for
heat
a
shields
North
are in
American
here.
car, so.
Oh, that as well has been very confusing when it says like
Everything here
passenger
on the
side.
Passenger side. Okay, so on driver's side. And then
Yeah, it's been confusing,
There's
but
wires where there's not wires.
Yep.
No wires where there should be.
everything's worked
So far, yeah.
so far. Everything's been great.
It's going in.
Everything's going in, so we're gonna be mint. But May has to go. Oh, is he looking at the turbo? Is he touching? Oh, I think he's an RB guy. Takes off to his dad. He'll be into RBs, I betcha. Yep. He's a turbo guy, that's for sure. All right, well, mate's got to go home. You guys are ready for a nice nap. So we're gonna finish off the Z for you. I think the shifter is probably gonna be the hardest thing out of everything because we gotta like lower the transmission a little bit and everything with the trans jack. We did really good. We've already got the oil cooler fully installed. Radiator's done. We've already kind of bled it with the valve and everything.
Like 90% on the intake.
Yeah, things gonna be such a better car. Now that's gonna have clean air filters. It's gonna feel like a ripper. I can't wait to take it for a rip. And it's still, this car actually has shuck-in, so I can take it for a rip. Unlike every other freaking car in my shop. All right, have fun. I will see you in a bit and we'll have this thing ready for you to rip at Ebisu soon. Everything is back together. We're gonna start the engine, let the coolant bleed, let the fresh oil pump through everything as well on the oil cooler so that we know, how much extra we gotta top it up. I'm assuming this thing's gonna need 5 liters now, but we won't know until we start her up.
We're getting bubbles, so.
That's good, the bubbles are good.
Yeah, it's bleeding well.
Getting all that air out.
Intake sounds really good.
Yeah, a little bit of coolant splashing out. So we're up to the point of installing the shifter, which is their new GK Tech's Strike Fast shifter. Unfortunately, it's a little bit involved to install, but it's so worth it. You just gotta kind of jack up the car or use a lift. You're gonna take off the transmission support, lower it down a little bit so you can get the 4 bolts out for the stock like kind of tripod thing here on the transmission so that you can get all of that off for the new shifter assembly. There's enough access just lowering it a little bit. It's just tedious. A lot of transmissions are like this with aftermarket shifters, so it's nothing new. The push button for reverse. Look at that. Reverse lockout. Isn't that sick? Way too excited. Everything's back together, nice and tight. So we're gonna bring the car down and I get to feel the transmission kind of set the set screws and stuff and get that thing dialed in. Before we do though, I want to show you something we found. Need a new rear axle. That's split and there's grease everywhere. So I'll order one of those tonight. And then also, I'm missing my diff bolt. So I think that just worked its way out. I don't remember us ever using Loctite on that. It was probably my mistake. So going to definitely go to the home center tonight, get a new one of those and we should be good. It makes sense though because I'm obviously still running the stock OEM bush here. So that's got play, but that doesn't. And I think what's happening is like the diff's kind of like somewhat moving and it just slowly undoing that bolt. So I'll put that back in there with a ton of Loctite. But I am actually planning later on this week to take out the diff. And I've got a Fuga diff that's a 3.9 that we're gonna be putting in. Because these came from the factory in Japan with a 3.5 rear end. So it's super long gearing, and I think if we up it to a 3.9, it'll be a lot better for a lot of the shorter small tracks and stuff here in Japan. But yeah, otherwise, everything else has been good about the car, and that's the only loose bolt I found on the entire thing after bolt checking it. All the lines, all the markings from when we set everything up at Falstow shop has just been perfect. So I'm really happy with it. This has just got a big mess here now. Love that. So much grease everywhere. Out of everything we installed on this car today, the shifter caused me the most grief. Not mad though, makes total sense, but first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and then push down, reverse. Love it, it's great. Gonna be at the freaking track, just like, look how fast you can shift. You can shift it, you can strike like a snake, guys. Strike fast. All right, so these shifters are awesome. We're gonna go for a little test drive in a bit. We had to cut more of the interior out and stuff like that, and in and out, in and out, in and out. We had to slice this little bit here, but it looks really good with the boot still. And the main reason why this was so difficult was purely because I have the concealed like hidden hydro as well. Just trying to flex and get this in there with these 2 big rods was a whole ordeal. And it took us like 3 hours. I'm not even joking, just for this interior piece. But hey, hazards work. That's the main thing. I kind of wish I had a DE because the older revision interior was just so much easier to work with than the newer one. But anyways, hazards work. It's the main thing. Hydro works. And we can shift, baby. I'm way too excited about this. Let's get the front wheels back on. Let's make sure we got clearance, put the bumper on, go for a rip. So you got your seat all adjusted?
Yep.
Think you're good?
Split up all the way in.
I want you to get used to the shifter for a bit first. So keep your foot on the clutch, don't take your foot off. Feel first. Now go to second. Third. You just go straight up.
No, we went back into.
All right, yeah, go into the middle a bit. Third. Fourth. Go fifth.
5, 6.
Yep. How's it feel though?
I don't know what sequentials feel like, but it feels like a sequential.
Sequentials is forward and back.
That's true.
It does kind of have that click feel, like engagement in like a G-force or something like that for sure.
Yeah.
It's really nice. I like it a lot. All right, so put her in first and let's go for a rip.
I'm much used to like driving manual cars now. It doesn't scare me.
Yeah, look at you, one hand on the wheel.
Yeah.
Dang, when'd you get that comfortable? She's always been a two-hand on the wheel. You're doing real good. I'm proud of you. Watch out for Oji-chan on the bicycle. Oh my god.
Loudest part ever. It's just like, woo!
Yeah, let's just pull out.
Eh, doko? I don't know
Third.
what third is.
Straight up. There you go. You'll get used to it. Just ride it out all the way. Ride it out all the way. All the way. Shift now. There you go. Next gear. All the way. All the way, baby. Woo! Yay, we heard 4,000 RPM. It's all right, guys. Once she does a few lessons, she'll learn this.
Why is the steering like much firmer than last time?
I don't know. Oh, I did fix the alignment like a long time ago.
Oh, okay.
But remember, like, this is like the full angle kit and everything on there now.
Can these really fix this? I'm like using.
Breaking your arm trying to reach on the other side. So in the USA, I'm driving on this side, right? So it's actually in the same position,
sense.
and it makes sense.
It's like a Sylvia.
Yeah,
You know, we'll
but
be on that side.
Just remember, this was the era when Nissan was struggling financially, right? And they cookie cut all the chassis. They didn't have any budget. You gotta do that harder too. They didn't have any budget to literally add 2 extra bolt holes on this side and have a right-hand drive version of the center console.
That. They can just flip the
Yes, but that then means they have to make a whole nother mold, and they didn't have money for that. They were literally in big financial trouble.
That's just.
I know, it sucks because you nearly break your arm just trying to lift this on the opposite side.
Yeah.
All right, you ready for me to drive? Mm-hmm. All right. How? It's the same one as what's in the Bogan 32, but that one works. That was so satisfying, jeez. It's different. So, it's definitely changed the power curve. Like, I know air filters, like everyone always slaps like a thing on their like box saying 20 horsepower gains. I don't think you get that much horsepower gains depending on the temperature and all that kind of, you know, sea level stuff, maybe. But like, it definitely is less restricted now. It revs faster, and I feel like because it's like able to get up into that power band faster, it's like changed the like curve power band a little. Just because there's less restriction.
Yeah, what did it say on the paper? It said like 20 horsepower more. Or
something like that, yeah. Right? I don't know if that's true. I'm not going to throw it on a dyno to check that. But it's definitely like...
It's much torquier.
It's torquier, and the throttle control is like more instantaneous, if that makes sense. Overall, what do you think? Good? You excited to drive a bit more?
Yeah, I just need to get used to it.
For sure. Are you ready to shred this thing? Send it?
Yes.
We'll get you a couple cushions for the seat just so you're sitting up a little higher. I think that'll help.
Did you see me? I'm like level as the...
Yeah, literally.
This.
Like your head was like, you had to like look over this, yeah. I mean, look, once you get the hang of it and stuff like that, then we get you a car and we get you one of those bride women's seats. Japan has a very specific like sizings just for like literally Japanese girls. It's like a specific sized seat.
They also made the same size, but the boy version too, because there's
short, skinny guys, yeah. Not gonna lie. It's kind of funny. But yeah, they have all those sizes, so you'll be good. It sucks that they've done smaller sizing, but they're not doing bigger sizing.
Yeah.
That's what I think sucks. I'd like to see them make like some big boy seats. Anyways, all good? You happy? I don't think there's really anything else I want to do to this except maybe get GK Tech's new uprights for the front knuckles, because then that'll give you like an extra 20 degrees of angle. But for now, honestly, it drives great and I love it. So I think we'll leave it as is.
That's good.
Yay! Another car back on the road and ready to shred. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. It's definitely been a while since we've worked on a car together, right babe? It was fun. It was good. It reminded me of when we used to work on this old thing in our driveway together. Good times, good times. But yeah, you like the Z? You happy?
Yeah, I just need to get used to it a bit more.
Yeah, we're planning to go to Ebisu. I might be going there this week. We have a couple track days this week and next week, so
A lot
happening. But we should be doing a good couple days of training soon at Ebisu with the Chaser and the Z, which should see you hopefully doing figure eights and stuff, and maybe some tandems by the end of it.
Maybe.
Well, I'll chase you. You're not chasing me. Just because I might spin out in front of you. No,
I might do a better job than you do.
That's true, you might. I'm not gonna lie. Girls typically pick up drifting faster than guys, just like drums and musical instruments and stuff like that.
Because they're gentle.
She's not wrong. Anyways, guys, hope you guys liked today's video. Smash that like button, write a comment, and subscribe. What was your favorite part about the video? What do you think about the mods that we did on the car? And what do you reckon? Yay or nay to the nightshade? I think it's time for it to go. I think it's time. Get rid of it. Oh yeah, that's definitely not gonna pass shuck in, so it's gotta go. Thanks for watching guys, see you in the next one, peace.